Assalamu alaikum. Hello, my name is Safa Mohammed Abu Baira, and I'm going to present you this presentation about the importance of recycling. In the beginning, what is recycling? Recycling, it is a process of collecting, sorting, and then benefiting double from reusing something for the purpose of sustaining something else. So it's all about waste of all kinds that we can reuse it after recycling it with the lowest quality. In effort to be environmentally friendly means that we don't exhaust its resources. Which raises a question about what is sustaining or how can we sustain? Okay, going to sustainability, it is an ecological term that describes how biological systems remain diverse and protective over time. That is mean that source lasts longer at its best condition using the recycling method. And for humans is the ability to preserve that quality of life we live in the long term, which in turn depend on the conservation of the natural world and the responsible use of natural resources. Moving to the first importance, the importance of recycling to the environment, preserving the environment or the environmental system or the ecosystem. Ecosystem, which is means that an ecosystem is a natural area and its contents, whether living or non-living things, that are produced or consumed. Includes all the renewable resources. The importance appear in that all of them are in the best conditions, plants and trees, which are an essential factor in the photosynthesis process, which basis for survival. So the destruction must be reduced and not cutting all the forest trees to make all that waste paper, which can be easily recycled. And I think it's the easier to recycle that we can do this in our home. Okay, and oceans. What about oceans? It helps to preserve the seas and oceans in the best way from all the waste being swept into it due to weather region factors, and it remain clean without causing any poisons to fish or even diseases to people in resort and beaches. This part, of my opinion, it reflected in the amount of awareness that people have. They should contribute by throwing everything in its place and bringing materials from home as alternatives to plastics and papers. Also, in the energy conservation, providing suitable environment for energy conservation for the earth and humans. So how can we do that? How can we save energy or reduce the damages? There's a ways now that we can take about 49% of waste and recycle it, and just the 50% of it incinerate in the power plants, where the heat turns into steam that spins turbines to generate electricity, heating water just like conventional power plants that burn coal or gas. And it showed up in our climate. It gave us mild climate and less prone to sudden weather fluctuations. This what we see now from the fluctuations of the atmosphere that resulted from the lack of sense of non-responsibility for those factories that burn daily and leave poisons in the air that affects all the air around us. It leaves in people the impact of chronic respiratory diseases. And this year also caused the drying of a well in our city, as well as the drying of one of the most famous rivers in Iraq, the Euphrates River. The second point of that, the importance of recycling to society and ourselves, reducing the damages of burning waste and what it causes before and after disposal, which is mean that we can reduce the hazardous waste of incineration factor, which becomes very beneficial to the environment and health. Waste before we get rid of it, it's harmful when we throw it and it decomposes and causes others. But the worst is when they burned and they contain various harmful residues. Sometimes chemicals in batteries or electronic devices can cause an explosion, disaster, or poisoning with the resulting gas on both human and environmental levels. Other effects that preserve natural materials and nature of the environment as they are found, and it protect from depletion in less time than expected. And to stop pollution, to give more life, look at the differences between the two plant leaves. We don't know that we are accelerating this with our carelessness and extravagance. Going to the effect on the society, positive effect that support and enhance the country's economy and provide job opportunities. The economy is clearly strengthened when this system is activated anywhere. So you find prosperity in terms of the availability of resources generously without problems. In terms of import and export, which make it an important rank. Also, the multiplicity of recycling factories provides many employed of opportunities with a chance to work, and that make the unworking people make that factor is decreased. And last but not least, to apply it correctly. We can't help that happen or get all of these advantages by just applying it in wrong way. That people still until now ignore easily that symbols or that icons that are drawn to just direct people to the importance of recycling of everything to provide what is needed to its the great importance. Paying attention to awareness and concealing campaigns is very important factor that people understand how the damages are just kill us in very slowly way, and the importance is more effective and stimulating and encouraging the public and private sectors to implement the recycling process. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.